everybody. It's been dry for about 4 or 5 days now, so I have no hesitation about getting the excavator back up here on this little knoll. The project continues today, but I'm really hoping that today, or at the very latest tomorrow, I'll finish phase 1, which is, if you remember, access to the property. I'm going to continue, I'm not sure if this is happening in the middle of the video or the start of a video, but this activity has been going on for a few working days now. And today's just completing it, getting around this corner, leveling this area so the Yumbo can come in here, and then really I have to stop with the big excavation work because that's still pending approvals and retaining wall approvals, that type of thing. So today is going to be a very fulfilling day if I can get around this corner, and then we'll just see what happens after that. Join me. So I'm making progress. I'm just at the bend right here. My marker was this little stump right there. That's the point at which I measured. Measured from that back of the Yumbo parking area to down that way where I foresee a fairly long retaining wall going. So got some good progress. A couple of rocks have fallen down to the second level down there. That's my path up from the parking area. Now that we've made it to the corner, I'm going to change things up a bit and go with the chainsaw. I've still got this right above me, about shoulder height right now is where the final level surface for the foundation of the house is going to be, I think. And so I've got still all this brush and trees to clear out. And that's what I'm going to do. Got the chainsaw out, I've checked it for oil and gas, and sharpened it a bit, and so I'm going to go after these remaining shrubs. This bunch, it's a bit of a mess. There's actually two trees here, the beige colored one and then the darker colored one, and then just a mess of vines, really, really big, nasty vines. And you know, you've seen me fighting these vines for the last 6 or 8 months now, but that's the problem when the trees come down. They're all just in a huge massive knot, and sorting that out, cutting through all that is just going to be a bear. And these vines, I mean, these are particularly, look at how thick those things are. Right there, look at that. Yeah, so I'm gonna get after it, and hopefully by the end of the day today, we'll have this site fully accessible and cleaned. So I discovered after cutting one of the smaller branches on the tree that's still standing that it's a cherry tree. And those are pretty special here in Japan. And if it's in my front yard, hopefully right hanging over my deck, that's a beautiful thing. So I couldn't tell if it was a cherry tree before I cut that smaller branch. And I think, I don't know if it's old. I mean, the bark, I'm talking about the bark on the two main trunks didn't look at all like a cherry tree bark. And I don't know if it's because it's old or because it's diseased by that vine, which has just choked the life out of it. So it may still have to come down, either for positioning purposes if the house is going to go there, or because it's too sick. So, but for now it's going to stay, and I'm really happy about that. But you can see there's still a mess of vines up there. And probably one day, I don't know if I'll do it today, maybe not, shimmy up there with some cutters, some loppers, and try to cut the vine off piece by little piece. Yeah, I don't really feel like that's a today activity. That could even be well after the house is built. But, yeah, it's break time. Of vines up in the canopy, but I've freed the base of it, and there's no, hanging pieces of death up there. So, and I'm going to come back. I think I'm going to leave it until the late fall, early winter. It'll give the vines a half a year to die. It'll also be, at that time, there'll be no more leaves on the tree, so it'll be easy to see, and it'll be cool and easy to get up there with my clippers and my little saw and just start working away. So I think that'll be a good winter activity. And for now, though, I've got to get the excavator down on this side of the potential property. I've got to round that corner over there. You've seen me making that road. I've got to round the corner and get it onto this walkway down here. I'm a bit worried about that corner. I have to get around, navigate that corner, and then get on this, and then I'll be fine. So, this is the culmination of season 1. I didn't. I've been naming or numbering my episodes, season 1, and I think I'm not sure if this one is episode 23 or 25. I'm not sure, but it's really I chose seasons, but it's really phases. We're finished phase 1 now, and it's a great milestone. It's been 7 months of filming and about 8 months maybe of actual work. I was doing a bunch of work and before I full-time started filming. So 8 months to do 8 months to do season 1 and phase 1, and I feel great. There's now phase 2, site preparation. There's a lot of authorizations required. I've had a couple of quotes from companies before I started to do it myself. Before I decided to do it myself, I got a couple of crazy quotes, and I think the cheapest one was just for permits, $50,000. That's just ridiculous. of course, that was a vendor charging me for their time to not only do all the preparation and the drawings and stuff, but to go down and negotiate with the planning departments and ultimately get the permissions. But $50,000 just for the permits. Yeah, there's no way I'm paying $50,000 for permits, but it takes a lot of time. I'm in the middle of the first retaining wall permit for down in the valley there to widen the perhaps parking area, workshop area, not sure what that'll be. But for that retaining wall, I'm in the negotiating with the planning department now, doing all the drawings myself, and I'm an amateur, and they are not giving me any breaks, maybe as they shouldn't, right? But it is a time-consuming. Every day, every week, I go back with a new set of drawings, and there's one or two little changes that have to be made before they will even consider the submission, not the approval. Just to get the submission correct is taking cycles and cycles and cycles. I've been doing it for 6 weeks now, just on the first submission. So yeah, it's a bear, and I'm thinking maybe I should hire a pro, either an architect or a land development guy, to just kind of handle the approvals for me. But then again, I think, shit, I'm doing it already. I'm on my own. Might as well just do it on my own and suffer the consequences. So thanks for staying with me through season 1, through phase 1, and let's look to season 2, phase 2, starting right around the corner.